Hi, my name's Vanessa, also known as Paleness on Instagram, and this is my first YouTube video, and I'm going to be doing a full makeup look, only using makeup that YouTubers recommended to me. Yeah, anyway, hope you enjoy my video. So to start, I'm gonna prime my face, and I'm gonna use the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, which was recommended by JaclynHill. So now I'm gonna do my brows because they never look the same any day ever, and so I'm a little messy when I do my brows, so I like to do it before foundation so I can kind of clean them up without messing up the rest of my base or face that I've already put on, because that's frustrating. So I'm gonna get into that. I'm going to use the NYX Tame and Frame Brow Pomade, and I was recommended this by Snitchery on Instagram. I believe it's also the same on YouTube. She's an Instagrammer and she makes amazing content and does amazing looks, and she actually partnered up with NYX for part of their collection, the Mochi collection. So she's really amazing, and she uses this a lot for a lot of her pictures, I noticed. So I'm just gonna go in starting with the tail because I want that to be the darkest. I know this looks absolutely insane at first, but don't worry, don't click off my video yet, please, because we're gonna figure it out. So we have primed our face and put our brows on, and we look crazy. So now I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus foundation, which was recommended by Tati Westbrook. Tati is the queen of reviews and recommendations, and everything she recommends is pure gold. It just is, it's a fact. That's true. So I'm just gonna take a little bit here, a little bit on my cheek, my other cheek, and dip it just in like the top a little bit, and a little on my chin, my nose, and anywhere that I feel like I missed a little bit or might need a little more. And I look like this. I'm just gonna take my Real Technique sponge and blend it in. So I'm going to take the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. It looks like this. I originally got this because a lot of people were saying it's a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape, which I also have right here, but it's like completely empty. I was scraping the sides to get some off. I really love this. Manny MUA and JaclynHill recommended this originally. I love it. So I'm just gonna take it and put a little under my eyes. Get rid of those bags or just dark circles. I only have bags. And now we have all that blended out, and I look like Casper the Ghost with a lot of eyebrow going on. So I'm just going to take this big Too Faced brush, and I'm taking my Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil, and I believe Ingrid Nilsen recommended this. Use whatever's in the lid and tap off the excess, and then kind of just go over my whole eye with this big brush, because you need to set what's on top of your lid too to keep it from creasing, or else all your eyeshadows are going to crease and look ugh. So just gonna do that. This brush is perfect size to get your whole eye socket, so that's pretty great. So I'm gonna take this Eco Tools eye brush, and I'm going to dip it into like the actual pan of powder. And this is a technique I learned from JaclynHill. It's gonna be a recurring theme in this video because I love her. So what we're gonna do with this brush is we're just gonna stamp it, I don't know if you can see it, in the corner of our eyes, matching up from the corner of our eye to the end of my eyebrow, and just put a nice base of powder. It's kind of like baking right there, but I'm not really baking my under eye or anything. This is going to really help create a defined line on the edge of our eye for our eyeshadow. two eyeshadow palettes that I'm going to be using today are the Carli Bybel BHcosmetics palette and the MorphexJaclynHill Palette. So for this part of the video, I decided to speed it up and do a voiceover because it was 10 million years long, so hope that's okay. So in this part of the video, I am using a Sephora 38 brush to put on my transition shades, which are the top two shades in the JaclynHill palette that I'm showing in this picture right here, the two top tan shades. And I'm just going to take that on my brush and blend those into my crease. Next, I'm going into my Carli Bybel palette and taking the dark brown shade and putting that on the outer corner of my eye, but blending it inwards with my transition shades. But overall, I'm keeping it very low. Then I go back into the two transition shades I originally used from the JaclynHill palette, and I just blend those through my crease one more time to kind of disperse that dark brown color. Then I go back into my Carli Bybel palette and I take a creamy shade and I put that on my finger and I tap that all over the middle and front of my lid to kind of get rid of any darkness that those dark shadows caused. Then I go back into my JaclynHill palette and I take the shimmery shade I'm pointing to on the third row and also the three pink shades on the first row of eyeshadows, and I blend those together on a flat brush and I put that all over my lid right over top of the creamy shade from the Carli Bybel palette. I do this a few times to build up the shimmer. Towards the end of the video, when I apply my highlighter, I will also apply it to the inner corner and brow bone of my eyes. Alright, now that we've done that, I'm going to move on to the face. I'll do mascara later and under my eyes later. I just like to do the rest of my face first. There's no makeup police to stop me, so. For blush, I'm going to use the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Puff. This was recommended by Arden Rose on YouTube, and she uses a lot of Glossier products, so I really wanted to try them, and these look really pretty, so yeah, that's what it looks like. And I'm just going to split it on my two fingers, and I'm going to put it, dab it on my cheeks like that, do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm going to put on some bronzer. I'm going to use the HOOLA Light Bronzer from Benefit because I'm pale. And this was recommended by Jackie Wyers on YouTube. So she tries out a lot of amazing products, so really like her. Now I'm going to take a little bit more of this and I'm going to take it again. That's for a brush. Makeup police, come for me. And I'm going to dip it into my bronzer. This is going to look crazy at first, but I'm going to contour my nose with this a little bit. So now I'm going to take some highlighters. I'm a little crazy. I have 3 highlighters sitting in front of me. That's not even all my highlighters. I'm not going to be using the highlighters in the Carli Bybel palette, even though I love them. So I have 3 highlighters here. The first one is kind of an obvious. I have Becca Champagne Pop, which is this beautiful golden champagne color that JaclynHill created with Becca. I love it. I saved up and bought this for my birthday when I turned 17 and really love it. So love this, and I'm also going to use the MaryLou-manizer, which is recommended by a lot of people, but I also heard about it from Jaclyn. It's another champagne color. It's a little less golden than Champagne Pop, but I really like it. It's really pretty. And the last one I'm going to use was recommended by, obviously, Heart. That's Heart on YouTube because she created it with e.l.f. And also Tati just tried it as well. It's this dual-sided highlight. I use this side obviously because this one's too dark for me, but I do like this side as an eyeshadow, and they do look really pretty blended together. So I'm going to take Champagne Pop, and I'm going to mix it with the lighter shade of this e.l.f. one. I did want to mention MaryLou-manizer because this one's kind of like their baby. So you don't need all three. You could just buy this. This one is really cheap. This was $8, this e.l.f. one at Ulta. This one's a little bit more expensive, and then Champagne Pop is $40. So do what you want with that. I like to use all of them. I like having them all in my collection, but you can choose which ones you want and which ones you don't based on what you can afford and what you want. So, just like that, and there's my glow. And now I'm going to take a eyelash curler. This wasn't recommended by anyone, but it's just an eyelash curler. I think it's by Revlon. I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. And I'm just gonna do my upper mascara because I am going to put a little shadow under my eye. Forgot to do it earlier. So this is the Lash Paradise Mascara, and this was recommended by Tati, and she did a full wear test of this, and it is a dupe for the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara, which I have tried. I do like it. I think it's a little flaky though. This one kind of does the same thing when it gets older, which mine is a little bit older. This is worth your money more than the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. I just like it better. It flakes less. Looks really good on your lashes. It pretty much looks the same, so you choose. But I'm just going to put this on my upper lashes. Okay. That's my upper lashes. Now I'm going to take a smaller brush. This is a small Morphe brush, and I'm going to go back into that dark brown that we took from the Carli Bybel palette. We're just going to take a little bit of it on my brush, just a teensy bit, and tap off the excess, and then kind of go on my lower lash line with it. Alright. And now that we've done that, I'm going to take the same mascara, even though I would normally use a different mascara for this because of the brush. I'm going to put some on my lower lashes. So I really like to barely touch my lashes with this because it is a more clumpy mascara, so I am going to take my finger and just pick out a few of the chunks out of my lower lashes. And now for lipstick, I am going to use this Maybelline lipstick. Is a matte lipstick in Raw Chocolate, and this was another Jackie Wyers recommendation. She tries out a lot of full lines, so I really like her reviews and everything like that. So take this, it's well loved, so I'm gonna just put this on my lips. And now I'm actually going to set my brows. I'm going to set my brows with the Maybelline Brow Drama. And this was a recommendation from Alexandria Morgan. She's a model who makes YouTube videos, and I'm obsessed with her. Really hoping I run into her living in New York one day. But I'm going to use this to set my brows. And lastly, I'm just going to spray my face with some setting spray. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set, and this was recommended by Meghan Rienks on YouTube. So I'm gonna spray my face. So this is the finished makeup look. I will link every person that I mentioned down below, along with the list of products I mentioned. Thank you guys for watching my first YouTube video. This is probably really embarrassing, but thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video, I guess. Bye!